alt season is dead forever. Bitcoin dominance is going to do something incredible. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Da Vinci. I'm going to pipe 5x5 here on a Friday. And man, you know what? I looked at the dominance chart and I'm going to look at that right now, bring it up right now. This thing is on a tear, right? Like it's already made another new high for this week, this 2-week chart, right? You can see it's just a hair higher, but let's just bring it into the daily, see, so we can see it. Yeah, there it is. It just like, yeah, there you go. There is a hair higher than the last 2 weeks here. And this was indicated on a new high right here, and this 2-week chart is a new high as well already. And so if we go back to the 2-week chart, where's this thing going, right? Right, this thing's going to the 74, but it's going to come back down, of course, right? After it hits the 74, once it gets there, right? That's the target, right? Initial target for this runoff, right? And the reason why, if you look left, right, there's not much resistance, anything resisting this all the way up to the 74. So after it touches around the 74, right, what is it going to do then? Well, target's 95%. 95%. That means all other alts will be worthless in comparison. Right? And has it ever been there? Yes, it has. It's been higher. Yes, you're like, well, there wasn't many cryptocurrencies back then. That's true. That's true. Right? And there's going to be a lot more when it gets even close to 95. So aren't they going to overpower Bitcoin? No. Well, why not? Why not? Why not? You might be asking. Why can't Bitcoin just, be just one of the many assets in the crypto space? Well, because Bitcoin is the best asset for money, right? Everything else, right, it's just something we're trying, period. So you ask ChatGPT, you ask AI systems, they'll all agree that this is the best form of money, the best form for them to use, and it should be the best form for you to use, period. Right? So you could continue holding on to your house, your classic cars or your famous painting, and expect that to save your wealth. But then you could look at Bitcoin and go, it's transferable, instantly transferable to anyone in the world. Not like my house, not like my car, right? No governments or banking institutions can say, yeah, well, we don't like you anymore, right? So you can't use that anymore. So get lost. They can't do that, right? I've had that happen, right? The bank just writes me up and says, yeah, as per our policy, we decided that we don't want you as a customer anymore. Why? Well, we don't have to answer that. It's all right. As a company, to kick you out. Okay? So there you go. That happens, right? It was obviously because of Bitcoin, right? It happened in the United States for me. It happened in Chile for me as well, right? They obviously, in Chile, it was so funny. I have to tell the story. They said they didn't like the 6 that was written on the check that I wrote. It was a little funny. And so I have to leave the bank permanently. The 6. How I wrote the 6. I didn't even bother. Like, what's it called? Challenging that logic. It was ridiculous. Anyways, moving on. So that's where you can see Bitcoin will dominate in the future. Okay? All right, let's move on to price action. Bitcoin. We looked like we were dumping down and breaking down finally from this big run up from the lows here. I have to apologize. I should have been buying down here and not selling and not exiting my position. But it is what it is. You know, we all make mistakes, and that's just it. Right now, Bitcoin is at $108,000, and it moved like a $10,000 move, right, in just less than a week. That's incredible. This is a little bit overbought, so expect a little bit of a retrace here down to just just above the 104. Maybe we stick it around the 105, and then it's consolidate for a bit, and then maybe we'll take off, or most likely, we should, according to the charts here, we should break down further, but to cut into technical analysis. But Bitcoin's Bitcoin. I mean, we are seeing a lot of buying, institutional buying, and I'm finding it more and more difficult for me to believe that this is supposed to, just because they painted the tape, that this is supposed to break down and go all the way to 92 to clear the gap. Right? But looking at all the other cryptos here, you can see a little bit of a struggle here for Solana. You can see that we are not breaking out of this downward trend here. This downtrend is fully intact, and it is not looking good for Solana. Breakdown to further lows is inevitable if we do not break this downward trend. Looking at Ethereum again, geez, we were telling you that it was hanging on for dear life. It looks like it was going to break higher yesterday, and it's gone. And Ethereum is just barely hanging on to dear life at the $2,414 level. And is it going to break higher? Really doesn't look like it. But there is a, we can call this a bull flag and say, well, you know what? This is a bull flag, but it's a little bit extended. And, you know, now that on the 4 hour, the Bollinger Bands are tightening up, it's best to probably take a long on this one than it would be to go short. So with that said, right, because we've held the line many times. So yeah, possibly, let's see here. Can we get an entry? No, we've already missed some of the entry points. We're going to have to look for, to buy it right here, you're going to be stuck inside the, what's it called? The point of control. And that's not the worst. That's not the best place to be in a trade. You want to wait, see if we can get it. If it comes back down and retests the lows, and then go higher. So let's look for a trade that down at the 2,380-ish area. See if we can get in on that. If not, we'll just walk away. All right. Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Or no, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Saturday, and I'm taking Saturday off. Well, maybe I might do something. I might do something on Saturday. Let's see. We'll see. Cheers.